This segment is brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
My name is John Hinners, and I work for the U.S. Meat Export Federation. We are a nonprofit organization that works to build profitability in the beef, pork, and lamb industry through a dynamic partnership of red meat exports. The U.S. Meat Export Federation is a partner with the Kansas Soybean Commission. We are able to leverage the Kansas soybean checkoff dollars into projects along with USDA funding and third-party contributions in an effort to increase the value and profitability of the U.S. beef, lamb, and pork industry. This past year, the U.S. Meat Export Federation utilized the checkoff dollars we received in a market of Japan. We were able to utilize those dollars in promoting U.S. pork and U.S. beef at the Japan retail sectors. When you look at the U.S. Meat Export Federation, one thing that we try to do is build profitability into items and cuts that we can garnish maybe a premium for those items in other markets. For example, when you look at underutilized cuts here in the United States, items that we may not consume as much as here, and they may be considered a delicacy, or they may be considered an item, a premium item in other markets. So where we can build value in exporting that market, that's going to build profitability throughout the whole value chain. If the value chain is profitable, it enhances the livestock industry here in the United States. Thus, a strong livestock industry is a great consumer of U.S. soybeans. So that's why we continue to promote U.S. red meats around the world. When you look at the pork production, we estimate that approximately 25% of U.S. pork production is sent outside the United States in a value-added form. And the beef side is closer to 12%. However, when you look at it by a cut-by-cut basis, we'll send nearly 90% of the beef livers outside the United States, or close to 90% of the pork variety meats, pork liver and so forth, outside the United States. So that's where you really see the value. And we're excited as an organization, a nonprofit organization, to utilize the soybean checkoff dollars and leverage those funding dollars in a market that's so critical to U.S. livestock producers, and that market is Japan. When you look at what the value of exports means to a typical producer here in the United States, if a Kansas rancher or farmer were to sell a fed market steer or a fed market heifer, about $237 of that market animal can be attributed to the international marketplace. And when we look at it from a pork perspective, on average about $55 of every market hog can be attributed back to the international marketplace. That's why it's so important that we are able to be aggressive and stay aggressive in these markets. When you look at a premium market such as Japan, we've got over 23 different countries vying to sell meat into that market. The United States currently has the #1 market share in Japan, but we can't rest on our laurels when we look at all the competition trying to get into that particular market. There's a reason they're trying to get into that market, and it is a premium market. And when you look at what the consumer wants, high quality grain-fed products, the United States is going to be aggressive in retaining market share. However, there's a lot of people knocking at the door because it's critical market as far as profitability to many, many other countries.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This hog is Hanover hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.